Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day!
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Good day!
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah, g'day Tim.
Yeah, g'day Leo.
Yeah, g'day everyone.
Yeah, g'day everyone.
Welcome to Yeah G'day, the complete guide to Australia, with your hosts Tim and Lee.
Who we previously referred to in the yes, hello section of the podcast.
Look, if you want to come up with a better way to start
I just wanted to clarify that it
fine.
wasn't a separate Tim and Leon. It wasn't like, we say hello and then it's hosted. Hang on, we're going to throw to Tim and Leon, who will now host.
We're introduced by Tim and Leon, and then we have Tim and Leon.
Yeah, it's us.
It is us. Tim, I would like to draw attention to the fact that there is a body next to me that is alive.
Oh, it's alive?
This time it's alive.
Usually it's dead. So.
Yeah, it's a better time today. We have a special guest with us who's been with us before.
Yeah.
First person to ever be on the show more than once, I think.
Yes.
Maybe? Aside from some of the Comic-Con people.
Yeah. First person to sit in the recording studio and do a show with us.
Yes, in the heart
Twice.
of it all.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the lovely JP.
Yes, hello everyone.
Ooh, smooth.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Come closer, mate. Come
Let
on.
me get it nice and
Whisper
close
right in their ear. They really like it.
We're all sitting actually quite cozily. Knee to knee, some would say. So John Paul is in Melbourne. He came down for my birthday. Surprised me on Friday after work. I thought he was coming on Saturday.
It was a sweet gesture.
It was quite good. And so we've been hanging out. I didn't want to draw attention to it, but I did have a car accident yesterday.
Yeah.
Now I don't. Now no one. I'm okay.
He definitely didn't talk about it ever since.
You should see the other guy.
No. Yeah, we did do that. But JP and I went to the Sequoia Forest yesterday, which was really nice in Warburton.
Lovely, yeah.
When I looked at new cars, my car's not that ruined. It sounds like I totaled my car.
Yeah.
And then we went out last night, which is why we're all sounding a bit rusty.
A good night though. No,
it was good.
Good, yeah.
It was great. Yeah.
Pixel Alley.
Alley played some
bloody good time actually.
Played some Vigi games and
Buck Hunter.
Drank.
I'm not good at it.
Hunter.
Leon's surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, I'm afraid of if I shot
weirdly good at it actually.
It's a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
If I shot a gun in real life, I would scream and cry. But when it comes to Buck Hunter, I put some war paint on my face and I go for it.
Yeah.
I've had some practice.
It didn't even seem like you were aiming. You just took them all down.
No, yeah, I've got
pretty good.
a very particular set of skills. But that was fun. And we also, so at the bar, at Pixel Alley, I think it might only be on Saturdays because it's ladies' night. You can request songs. I don't know if you can do it any other night.
Right.
Which we tested them.
Oh, yes.
And Elise managed to get... Now, remember, we were in a bar in Melbourne, in Smith Street, Fitzroy, at about 10 p.m. on a Saturday night.
And we got them to trust us by putting on Mbop by Hanson, The Bright Side, a few fun ones.
Well, this is the thing. They only trusted us because of Mbop, because straight after Mbop, they played Empty Chairs and Empty Tables from Les Mis.
Yes.
And it was an experience.
It was
a real banger.
I've never been so uncomfortable and happy at the same time. Because I was like laughing, but I was also like, oh my god, they know it's us.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Good.
And then good. We harmonised and everything, and we made a lot of friends.
Nobody talked to us except us.
No. But it was a good night. Anyway, that's just a bit of fodder. We asked John Paul for a topic for the show. And he suggested meat pies versus sausage rolls. And we said, you're a fucking idiot. We've done that.
Have you even listened to our extensive back catalogue?
Really, just a lot of abuse came through. I felt very uncomfortable.
I was like, thank you for flying down to surprise me for my birthday, you idiot.
So where are you going to stay now?
Please don't stay here. And then his second suggestion was to talk about beer, which Tim and I then realised we've never talked about beer on the show before.
Yeah.
Which seems remiss in a country that is girt by beer.
Well, that was it. Like, I mean, when you asked me about it, I was thinking, I know you guys like to position it like, telling people outside the country what Australia's like. And if I'm honest, you know, if you've landed in Australia and you've gone 1 hour without somebody offering you a beer, you've not landed in Australia.
Yeah, you're in New Zealand.
You're in a different country.
Correct.
So we had to pick a particular beer. Now, there are beers to cover.
He's inspired us to kick off a beer series.
Yes, a series of beers.
Of Australian. We'll go through all of the Australian.
The next 20 episodes from us will be about Australia.
Yeah.
No. And I'm actually, the beer that has been chosen is one that I was not thinking of, because when I think Australian beer, I think VB and I think Foster's.
Yeah.
Even though no one
I think
drinks
a lot
Foster's.
of people do,
Yeah.
And so this one is quite different. We're talking about Coopers.
Yes.
Coopers.
I guess we're talking about beer, but I guess it'd be more accurate if we talk about breweries.
Yeah.
Australian breweries.
Sure.
Because we'll talk about Coopers in all of its facets.
Well, yeah, brewing has become more of a thing in Australia. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot more breweries and a lot more like artisan beer coming out in Australia at the moment.
And we do have some old, especially like Coopers and stuff, old beer, old brewers. So let's talk about Coopers Brewery Limited.
Let's do it. Let's do it together.
So Coopers, gentlemen, I know, JP, you know a lot about Coopers. You're a Coopers boy. Once we get to the product section, we'll be relying on you.
Okay.
JP, you know a lot about Coopers. You drink a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. You've got a problem.
So Coopers is Australia's largest Australian-owned brewery. It's based in Adelaide, Regency Park.
Kim and Bryn territory.
Yes. It's primarily known for its pale ale,
Indeed, yes.
which I believe is it the green. It's the green.
It is the
label?
green.
Yes.
It is the green, yes.
Yes,
They have many
It does-
coloured labels in Coopers. For the
They do,
different beers.
yes.
They do. So it's saying here they sold 69.7 million litres of beer
Nice.
in 2013. So I can only assume it's gone up since there.
How come Wikipedia hasn't updated its information? 2013 is all we need.
Yeah. So the actual thing was founded in 1862.
Wait.
So it's up there.
Oh, that's
I think
very
we
up
can
there.
draw
That's
the
like
line that
150
means
years old
that
now,
Ned
right?
Kelly definitely had some Coopers.
Yeah, I was waiting for a Ned Kelly mention.
Yeah, it's here.
That's
Pick that up.
that's 150 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Over 150 years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Founded by Thomas Cooper.
That makes sense.
Um,
That makes sense.
And I think it's still controlled by the Cooper Sons. It was started in Thomas Cooper's home in a suburb of Adelaide, Norwood.
That's illegal.
I see.
Pretty sure it's illegal.
It's illegal now, I think. You
well,
can do home
no,
brewing.
yeah, you can. It's just you
But,
can't sell it.
Yeah. And he
Nanny
brewed brewed his first recorded batch 13th of May, 1862. I'll tell you what day that was, but I don't know.
It was the 13th of May.
Yeah.
Probably a Wednesday.
It would be a Wednesday, I'd say.
If I get that right, I'll sit here and look at a calendar.
So, they've had a long history.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to go through the whole history.
No,
They moved from
probably
place
not.
to place.
I want to play by play.
Thomas died in 1897.
Oh,
And it became a partnership between all of his sons, John, Christopher, Samuel, and Stanley, for everyone who wanted to know their specific names.
Good
John
names.
Chris-
Anyone
was it
wanted to
John
name their kids
Christopher?
after the Cooper kids?
Yeah, and he gave them specific instructions. Carry on my business as brewers under the form of Thomas Cooper and Sons as partners. So that was his last will and testament. So that's
Now
bloody
become
good,
the
isn't it?
Destroyer of worlds, yes.
Anyway, they continued on, blah, blah, blah. They went to Regency Park, where they are now in 2001, after growing a fair bit.
Yeah.
And, they're a good beer.
Yeah.
What is it what do you like about?
Now, I did just want to backtrack. Did we decide that home brewing is illegal? Because
No,
don't
so
they sell
selling-
home- Oh,
selling-
yeah.
So as we know, my brother-in-law is a home brewer. Makes a good brew. Ray makes a good brew.
I have had Ray's Brew. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
Everyone loves their own brand. And he you can't sell it. And Ellen Kelly got in trouble. Kelly's.
There we go.
I think. Well, didn't get in trouble, but I think she was selling whiskey to travellers, and I don't think that was legal. What was the date again in 1862?
13th of May, yes.
Damn it! It was a Tuesday.
If only it was a Friday, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, everybody get
Yeah.
down on Friday. Sorry, I kind of missed everything.
Yeah, good. I'm
Well,
glad that you
I
got
really,
some attention.
I needed to know because if I got that Wednesday, can you imagine that would be such a
Yeah,
Kobe.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, we're talking about.
I was talking about their
what
history.
JP
Well,
likes.
I was about to go into that, but quickly
yeah.
before we go there,
Yeah, shut up. For
I just
a second.
realised 2011, right? Up until 2011, they weren't the only Australian-owned, wholly Australian-owned major brewery. There was Foster's, which
Right.
technically
Up until when?
2011,
Right.
and Kieran Brewing Company, which Lion Nathan. I don't even know what that is.
No.
I've never heard of that.
No.
No.
But it seems like that's no longer the case. And 150th anniversary, 2012.
Right.
So bloody good on you. But anyway, we were.
Yeah, what do you like about Coopers?
What do I like about it?
Which one do you drink?
Well, I've been drinking. I usually drink the green because that's just the one that's
pale
everywhere,
ale,
which
yeah.
is the pale ale. Mm-hmm. They also do have. Coopers have like all their different types of beers, and they actually even sell the home brewing kits.
Yeah.
They do.
Which is
one of the world's biggest home brewery kit sellers.
Advocates,
In the
yeah.
They used to sell
entire world.
Do they still sell them in like Coles and Kmart's and things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've also got a non-alcoholic version of beer,
What's the point?
Birrells, I believe it's called. It's a
Birrells.
it's not bad if you don't want alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I just don't like. I don't like the taste of beer, so I don't know why I would drink a beer without alcohol. in it.
No, but I do. I like the taste of beer. It's
Mm.
nice. So if I'm not in the mood to get trashed,
It's like when your dad tells you he loves his Han Light, and you're like, no, you don't.
No.
His Hammer and Tongs.
nobody loves Han Light.
Let me real quick just we'll list the available.
Did we actually get
Oh,
an answer
yeah.
out of John Paul about which one he likes?
Oh, what do
you
I
went to
like?
list
Pale ale.
them. Oh, you like the palate.
I like
what do you
the
like
pale ale.
about it?
Yeah.
What do I like about it? It's actually quite it's
Hey.
noticeably sweeter than some of the other beer options that you'll get, like popular beer options. I mean, a lot of pale ales are quite sweet, but that's what I like about theirs is that there's also, it seems to be a tradition with the Coopers that you don't just open it and go. You've got to
you
give
gotta
it
roll it.
You got to give it a roll because there's a little bit of residue on the bottom. You got to get it all mixing
All your
up in
hops.
there.
That's how you know that's a real one.
That's how you know it's
Yeah.
a real beer.
Anyway, so list all the flavors.
I'll give
yeah.
you the ones that they currently have. So you've got Sparkling Ale, which is apparently one of their other
That's
big
the
ones.
red-
That's
right.
the red. It's got a red label.
Oh yes, yep.
Pale Ale, which we've talked about.
Yep.
Best Extra Stout, which is a stout.
Oh,
The
that
yellow.
is rough stuff.
Yeah.
Stouts are rough.
Yeah. Dark Ale,
Yep.
which I don't mind a dark ale.
I've not tried it yet.
I've not tried their specific one, but I don't mind a dark ale in general.
Yeah. Is
they're-
that like a Guinness? Am I wrong in
Yeah,
saying
you're
that?
going into that like the
Yeah, right.
molassy,
The thicker, yeah.
burnty
Okay.
sort of
Yeah,
flavour.
they call it a brown ale in other parts
Yeah.
of the world, according to that screen.
They've got a mild ale, a
Yeah.
premium lager, a 62 Pilsner.
Ooh.
I'm not sure why it's called that.
No.
That's actually the highest, apart from the Sparkling Ale, which is 5.8%.
No,
Right.
no, the
Oh, shit.
The
Beast,
Okay.
the Beast Extra Stout is 6.3.
Yeah, it's like a 6.
Hang on, but... Okay, so 62 Pilsners, then Premium Light, then Clear.
Right.
Extra Strong Vintage Ale, 7.5%.
Woof.
That's a lot. That
Hello.
means that in a bottle you'd be getting like nearly 3 drinks, I think.
Yeah, then there's Birrell, which you've talked about, which is actually 0.5% alcohol.
So it's got a little bit. Same as
ton, yeah.
kombucha, if anybody's wondering.
The
Bit of
booch.
alcohol. The booch.
I love the booch.
I'm all about.
I have converted to the
Kombucha.
booch
I'm
recently.
stuck in a horrible circle.
I love the booch.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good little.
Or go get your own bloody SCOBY and make it.
Yeah.
I've thought about it.
I've
It's
got
gross.
some in my fridge. Do you want?
Scobies.
Yeah.
They're
My
yucky.
mum has a scope. Session
Is your mum
ale.
okay?
Session
She has
ale.
SCOBY?
And the last one, personal favourite. I'd love to have some of this. Dr. Tim's Traditional Ale.
Ooh.
Sounds like a cure-all.
Yeah, and it's got a green label. My last name's green.
Oh my god, Dr. Tim's traditional green ale.
Did
Oh.
I make it? I don't think the ale's green.
And your middle name
if it
is
was.
traditional ale.
Yeah, it's
all coming
so
into-
weird.
Um,
and
hey.
it comes in an aluminium can, that one. So
Oh. I'm looking at the list on your screen, and the label colors, multiple things have the same color, and that seems
Yes.
yeah,
confusing.
but here's a picture. See the green. I'll show you. There you go. Bloody.
Show it to everyone at home.
Yeah. Can everyone see?
Now take a look at this picture, everyone.
If you got to stand up,
Yeah.
you come to the front.
Yeah.
No, so the bottle, you've got green on the bottle, which is the pale
On the-
ale,
on
but
the
then
label.
Dr. Tim's is green as well, but it's
But
in
it's a can.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
and it's a different sort of configuration. It's generally the color and then a white inner circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
I haven't
Coopers.
seen some of those before.
No, I've seen most of them. I saw the stout again for the first time. The session ale is one that I've only just recently
You
come
and your
across.
session ales. I only found out about those because of you.
It's a real enabler type of beer. It is marketed as a lower alcohol content beer, so you can drink more of it in a session.
Yes.
And still be coherent is the exact sort of phrase that you get when you Google it.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I'm looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
A pale ale's 4.5. A session ale is 4.2.
My point exactly. So what this is effectively like the Diet Coke of beer, where you drink Diet Coke and think, it's diet, I can drink heaps of it.
Yeah.
But no.
And then you die.
Yeah. And then you have problems.
That is complete nonsense. JP, what's the difference between a pale ale and a blonde ale?
Tim, I'm glad you asked me.
Our resident beer expert.
Yeah. Let me tell you, a blonde ale is lighter. I
mean, you can say anything
in
Yeah,
colour.
I don't know.
At this point, you could say that a blonde ale is brown, and we would be like, yeah, sure.
That's right. It's. I mean, I guess I'm assuming it's a blonde, like a. Well, because I know pure blonde, another type of beer.
A beer.
Shout out.
Maybe it's a carbless.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe it's a like
Wouldn't
not as
clear
high
be
carb.
carbless?
Yes, because that's what it says just here.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like a low
full strength,
carbohydrate dry beer.
Yeah.
Right.
You and I, JP and I used to get down on the Strongbow clears
Yes.
in our cider days.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never used to like beer when I was like growing up and
No, we
younger.
drank cider instead.
I would drink all sweeter, like the pre-mixes, like double blacks when I was really young. Oh god. Some cider was my jam for a while, but then I went away from the sweet tooth.
Yeah. The cider was our 18-year-old drink.
But then as always, you have too much of it, and then you just can't look at it again.
Yeah.
Now, boys, I could sit here and give you the full Cooper family history because let me tell you, the Wikipedia page has the whole thing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it has a lot on there.
It even has like a timeline here.
What are the references like?
with the
What's your reference
generations
list?
and how they overlap? It's
Family.
I'd say it's too much.
Yes.
I'm not sure people need to know this.
No.
No, you just need to know they make beer.
Yeah.
Many flavours of.
I wonder if you can get Coopers overseas. Do you know?
I just know that Foster's is thought to be a very popular beer in Australia because of an ill-fated ad campaign. Also, shrimp on a barbecue is also appears to be a thing in Australia, but I've never had it.
No.
We talked about
We had
this last
prawn
week,
on a
yeah.
barbecue. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in one of our definitely not pre-recorded episodes when Tim's away, we had a question about shrimp on a barbie.
Oh, I see.
But now people are going to think that it's a follow-on from this.
Well,
Because those were recorded after this, that's for sure.
and yep.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
In the future, we'll talk about it like
In the past.
this happened after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millions of years ago into the future.
Yeah.
What were we saying just then?
Synergy.
I've gotten confused.
Whether Coopers is
Oh,
international,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of Cougars. I'm sure it's potentially in like the UK that they have Coopers. I don't know if
maybe.
it's still beer or if it's a different type of drink.
Do you ever get Coopers
sure.
on tap?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it better on tap or in the bottle where you roll it?
Well, look, it's a point of great contention in the beer world. Like,
I would assume so.
Boy, whether you like cans or you like glass or you like tap.
Yes.
It's all good. At the
end of the day,
it's much of a
beer,
muchness.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you
think-
drink enough of it and you won't tell the difference.
Yeah. I think we don't tell anything.
No.
I think most of the beer boys, or beer gals, they like tap, don't they? Isn't tap kind of like meant to be?
Yeah, I mean, tap's supposed to be the pinnacle
cream
of like, getting a real refreshing beer. And of course, in Australia, we have, generally speaking, cold tap beer.
Yes.
But of course, in England, there is the warm beer.
Isn't that a myth?
I don't know if it still happens, but I'm pretty sure it was a thing.
But let me put this to you: England
Tell
is
me.
cold.
Yeah, that's right.
Now Melbourne is also cold. Yeah. Melbourne gets hot, but Melbourne's also cold. Last night when you and I were drinking, or even the night before that, I put my vodka and my lemonade, and I just left it on the bench
Yeah.
because it's cold enough in the house that it doesn't need to go in the fridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that in England, the tap beer is just room temperature,
Yeah, that's
which is chilled.
That's what I mean. It's not like a mulled wine, like it's
No.
like steaming as it comes out of it. But it was just like they didn't need to refrigerate because I mean,
It's cold.
it's just a joke. It's so
Mulled
cold.
wine. Here's the thing I don't get about mulled wine because it was a bit, Elise and you had some.
I had some mulled
Tim,
wine.
Elise, and Alice all had it last night. When I got it for Alice from the bar, there are two things that happened. Number one, 'tis sticky. There is no way for it not to be sticky.
Yes.
Number two, they put it in a glass and it's basically like boiling water.
The glass was very...
It's very
Yeah,
hot.
yeah.
And
Interesting.
so I had a finger width of the top of the glass where I could hold it.
Right.
And but from the bar to the table, which was about 10 paces in
Yep.
the old measurement,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to drop it or burn myself.
And this is with his already injured wrist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was carrying it with my. Did I mention the car accident? I don't want to talk about
From
it.
his absolutely savage car accident.
Just so everyone is clear, it was a fender bender essentially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because of how I drive with my left hand, when I hit the car, I did semi hurt my wrist. But no one believes me.
Also, to be clear, I was also in the car.
Yeah, but you weren't
And
driving.
he's completely fine.
JP.
I'm traumatized, but
Yeah.
I'm fine.
JP hurt my eardrums with all the screaming.
Yeah,
No, it was
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
That's it, mate. That's Coopers.
Do you,
That's...
so you
good
you
time.
like beer?
I do like beer.
Now that you're
right.
a dad?
Yeah.
I think once
Sure.
you became a dad, you liked beer.
Yeah.
Do you like
I think
beer,
that's how it
Tim?
works.
I enjoy beer, but it makes me feel like shit the next day. So
Right.
Makes me feel
it gives me
right.
the worst hangover out of all of the alcohol. So
What
I
about
avoid it.
champagne?
Champagne's a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a headache's
hangover.
worse than anything else.
Whereas a beer is like I'm gonna throw up the next day. sort of
Yeah.
hangover.
Well, funnily enough, last night I didn't drink any beer because we
Right.
started with. Well, sorry, no, I did have
You had 2 session
three.
ales.
I had 3 session ales.
Oh, well, it's one session, so that's fine.
and then you threw in this curveball of
A
a
fireball shot.
fireball
Hell
whiskey.
yeah.
that was delicious.
So then I thought, well, I can't go back to beer now. That's
No.
just
You made a
it's
good
going to
call.
end in tears.
Yeah.
So I had vodka lemonade, and it's not as good as beer.
You had one G&T, surprisingly. Weren't meant to.
No, I had 2. I had
Did
2.
you?
I had 2 gin and tonics.
I was pretty good last night. I also stuck to just spirits.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I like, and I think that's the main thing. You gotta stay on your, you gotta stay in your lane.
yeah, first of all, hey, everyone, drink responsibly. Second of all, if you're going to do it right. Yeah, no, it's so when we ordered I'm not very coherent today because this is the first hangover I've had. I think we talked about on the show my lack of drinking. This is the first hangover I've had in like 7 months, and I don't. It's like I'm a teenager all over
drunk
again.
for a while. haven't you?
No. So I ordered 2 vodka lemonades, a gin and tonic, and a mulled wine for my friends. That's what I ordered.
Yeah.
And I got back, and there were 2 drinks of the same citrus fruit in it. So assumably they were the 2 vodka lemonades anyway. You know what I had to do last night? I had to have tonic water in my mouth for a moment, and I'm not a fan of that.
Gave us 2 gin and tonics, didn't they?
2
I mean,
G&Ts and a lemonade.
I will say I'm a fan of tonic water, but if you are expecting lemonade, boy, it's a rude shock to get
Because tonic water-
It is not the same
No,
thing.
it is not.
Tonic water tastes like when you go to Macca's and the post mix is running out on your lemonade.
Right.
So
yeah.
you just get the soda in at the end.
Yeah.
So that was upsetting. But no, I couldn't tell you the last time I had beer. There's the ginger beer that I drink. There's a gluten-free beer that's not bad.
And that appears to be coming, like, and let's just be honest, I'm really behind the times when it comes to everything.
You are up in Bellingham.
Like, couldn't tell you what movies came out this year, don't know what's going on in the popular culture world.
Couldn't tell you who the Prime Minister is because no one can. Political reference.
Yes, yeah, indeed.
Although
Hello.
this goes out like 2 weeks after.
Yeah. There we go.
But so you're just catching on to the ginger beer.
But well, the ginger beer in my world,
In your country.
seems to, in my country, just seems to have become like more and more popular because there's a lot more like microbreweries. There's the one up in Bellingham that does its own ginger beer that brews its own.
Is there a brewery up in?
There is a microbrewery up in Bellingham.
In the main.
In the main area, yeah. It's very nice. Highly recommend it. They just put a a pizza oven in,
Oh.
so you can get very nice
cook your
pizza
beer.
there.
That'll get everyone.
And
in,
they get good chips too. So if you're going past Bellingen, I highly recommend the
I
brewery.
regularly just am on my way past.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. It's definitely not on the way
Yeah.
to anything. But
I mean, it is a halfway point if you're driving between Sydney and Brisbane.
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
a point you could go to.
Yeah, it's somewhere you could go to.
But yeah, so like for me, beer is yucky, but alcoholic ginger beer is good.
Yeah, it's nice and sweet.
I actually like. We've talked about this before. When it comes to beer, I'm a fan of Tooheys New, which is just an old and cheap, it's an old man's beer. And it's cheap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
We'll cover
not
Tooheys
bad.
in the future. We'll tell the people.
Cover it
Certainly,
Tooheys.
yeah.
Right, is that everything there is to know about Coopers Brewery? There's nothing else to learn.
That's literally everything that's ever happened with Coopers.
Good.
Wow.
And will ever happen.
Have you ever seen anyone roll it and accidentally let go and it smashes?
Oh, I mean, yeah, surely.
I feel like I've seen that in my life.
I've seen
Well,
it
people
smash
try and
times,
do
yeah.
like tricks with it as well,
Yeah.
rather than roll it. They try and like flip it up in the air and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. And I mean, usually that doesn't go
What
well.
a waste.
Yeah. Roll responsibly. People.
That's right. Roll
As much as I just said,
Responsibly.
bottle flip responsibly.
Yeah.
As much as I said I don't like it, now I kind of feel like I want a Coopers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Is this how marketing works?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm actually. I actually work for Coopers.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes
I'm
sense.
here to just like
Fantastic.
We're sponsored by Coopers.
push the brand. But yeah, it's. I'm a fan of the session ales, even though I question the whole
Yeah.
lower alcohol
Yeah,
content.
well, it's point
But-
two.
Particularly when I mean, we can go back to the list if we like.
Let's
but
roll the tape.
roll the tape. I'm fairly sure that they have a mid-strength Coopers. Do they not? Beer?
Yeah, mid ale.
We've got a mild ale,
A mild.
3.5.
Yeah, that's right.
But they've got a premium light as well,
Premium light,
2.9.
2.9.
Yeah.
So, yeah, your mild
So-
ale's your mid.
Like this whole session ale business is a bit like it's. To me, it's just a fruitier, like it's a sweeter beer,
Right,
which is
okay.
why I don't mind it.
But in terms of getting more into a session, you'd want to have something like a mild
You'd
ale.
want to have a mild.
Or get the Birrell and have just as many of those to
Just
add up to
copious amounts of
See
beer.
how many you need to drink
But
before you
they-
get absolutely fucking
They will.
bonkers.
It is noticeable how different it tastes when you like have the non-alcoholic or very low alcoholic Coopers Birrells after a real beer.
Oh, right.
It's like a very.
What's that flavour, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. It's you will find yourself going.
Sounds like Skippy.
Yeah, that's right.
What's that, Skip?
Very
rabbit.
Australian.
Now, the main reason we brought John Paul on was because, as you know, we have a thing called the Harold Holt Watch, and we have a thing called Dadvice. Just for all our listeners, I don't know if you've picked up on that. Now, John Paul is of the dad
Holt.
persuasion.
Not many people know that.
Yeah, JP just pulled off a mask.
Yeah.
You've been my friend for like 17 years.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's longer than. Is it? What year is it?
What year is this? 2018.
2018. So,
It's probably about right.
yeah.
And no, he's Harold Holt. No,
Yeah.
JP is of the dad persuasion. You've been a dad now for 4 years.
Yeah, I have. Yep.
You have two children.
yep.
We'll give all their details, name. I assume they have some kind of credit card number we can share.
Yeah.
Their Medicare
Well, that's
card
the first
number.
thing you do when you become a dad. Get your kid a bank
Get a
account.
credit card.
Yeah, it's probably got a better credit rating than me.
Oh,
Oh.
snap. So we have a dad vice this week.
We do. I've got it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, when people write
Very
in,
good.
they give it
They
to
give
us.
it to us in an electronic form.
Great.
And now John Paul can be the
Definitely,
first dad on our show to answer a dad vice.
yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. It's
quite a bit.
I'm feeling it.
quite a bit.
I'm
Now, as I've said to you before, we are paid for this.
right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you do remember this is paid content.
Yeah.
For some people,
Not
it's
helping
not.
with the pressure?
It's free content,
Yeah.
except for those that pay for it.
Okay.
So let me read this off an
Breaking off
email.
a piece of this.
Definitely not off an untitled notepad.
Yeah, can we talk? We'll talk about your notepad usage in a second.
What?
You don't like Notepad?
It's
Who
just
the hell
easier.
uses Notepad?
Sometimes it's just easier to
You,
chuck
well,
some stuff in
when
Notepad.
you're doing stuff and copy and pasting from certain programs, you need to wash it on Notepad. There's a little
It
IT
sounds like
trick.
you're talking about copying and pasting from pornography. Like the terms
Oh,
that you
he
just
is.
use. When you're on a
Yeah.
certain program and you need to copy some
Yeah.
input, you've got to... What do you mean wash it? I don't know. It's
Anyway.
fine.
So
All
the
right.
formatting doesn't copy over, and you get an old weird
Oh,
document.
that's why there's a button. Anyway, there's a button for that on Microsoft Word.
I know.
Let me read this to you, gentlemen.
Please do. Please break the tension.
Yes.
Dear Tim and Leon,
They did
and
enjoy this, yeah.
I'll write in myself in pencil, NJP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jeremiah.
Good.
And I come to you seeking some dad advice.
good.
Though I am a dad myself.
Oh.
I have 2 young'uns currently, but I myself am from a very large family.
Oh, dear.
Next weekend is Father's Day, and I'm feeling the pressure.
Oh, good lord, it is.
I know
yes.
my kids are going to have some stellar gifts made of macaroni and Play-Doh, and I'm psyched to get them up on the fridge and my desk at the office.
Yes.
Unfortunately, being a little older, I can't really just give my dad a macaroni painting, since I'm competing with my siblings who always get him killer gifts. I need some help, boys. What should I get my dad for Father's Day? Loving the show. I listen to it on the way to the office all the time. Have a good one, boys. Jeremiah.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
It was remiss.
So, yeah.
Now, first point of
It's
contention.
a good question. Right.
Before
yep.
you get into it with your
Sure.
actual
No.
dad knowledge.
Please.
Since when can't we give our dads macaroni and Play-Doh?
Yeah. You
Because
can
I know
build
what I'm sending back to Sydney.
a full toolkit.
I don't know if you've seen the price of macaroni these days.
Yeah.
Thanks,
What is
Obama.
it? No, it is, thanks, ScoMo. Right, so
That was a political one.
Oh,
it was, and I even know the slang because I was
What a
forced to learn it.
ScoMo.
What a-
I'm assuming that's Scott Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you Australians out
Yeah.
there who know politics.
Someone had something the other day, I think it was Simon Blackburn, about ScoMo had FOMO, and I was like, anyway.
JP,
What would you get ScoMo for Father's Day?
Answer the question.
Please
Please
take over.
go on. Yeah, what, if, as a dad, number one, what gifts do you normally get from the kids?
Right, yes. So, I can't speak for a grandparent. I'm sure that gets a little bit different. I know grandparents usually like to see their grandkids, or at least they tell me they like to see
Yeah.
the grandkids.
In general.
When I just drop them off. For me personally, I mean, I think what every parent really wants, never mind just being a dad on a Father's Day or a birthday, is just silence. Is always a solid gift.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Just keeps on giving. Just an extended period of time that is just silent.
I do like Simon and Garfunkel's song, The Gift of Silence.
Yeah, I mean, I do often see those ads where, you know, coming up to Father's Day or Mother's Day and things like that, and it's the you know, the husband and the wife lying in bed, stereotypical sort of white sheets and things like that, and then the kids come running in and jump on the bed, and they like wake up smiling.
Yeah. Oh, good
Like these
morning.
parents don't just go, "What the fuck?" Like, you know, like what's going on?
Trying to stifle the... Will you fuck off?
What kind of idyllic family?
This is my day. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I
Get
like-
out of my bed.
I like the pure distaste you just had when you said stereotypical white sheets. Like, that's so unfathomable that they would have white sheets in
Well,
their
I mean, who just has plain white sheets? It's
Who
not
has
a thing.
sheets?
I sleep on a bare mattress
That's right.
Sleep
with
on
a
the
bath
floor.
towel that's a blanket.
The fact that they've got a bed frame is extraordinary.
Yeah, that's out of control. You still not have a bed frame?
Oh, we've got one now.
Okay,
We built one ourselves.
Oh, that's handy of you.
Well, Maddie built one.
That's handy of her.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
That's But what have you received? Like I know it sounds like you really want silence.
Yeah, no.
Maddie, I
I
hope
mean,
you're
some
listening.
of my favourite gifts have been coffee-based gifts.
Okay.
I'm a big fan, as well as being having a drinking problem. I also like coffee.
Another drinking problem.
A different drinking problem.
One that's more socially acceptable.
That's right. So I've received coffee plunges,
Good.
big bags of ground coffee,
Nice.
Wonderful.
jars of instant coffee because I'm not pedantic about it.
You don't always have time to plunge.
Oh, that's right. You've got to plunge right. You need the time. So coffee-based gifts are always good.
Have
for
you
a
received-
parent? Sorry,
No, you can. No, you go.
for a grandparent, I don't know. Death. I don't know what
Jesus.
grandparents. I don't know what grandparents are looking
They
for.
pray for the sweet embrace of death.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also depends on like how far away the grandparent lives. So you know, grandparents who live quite close to you are probably looking for that extended period of silence too. Because
That painted rock.
you know, they're always around the grandkids. But if they're further away,
They want the
a
time.
visit
Yeah.
you know,
But therefore,
would probably be good.
if with the grandparents in this situation, Jeremiah, 'cause this is for Jeremiah.
That's right. No.
If they live far enough away, you kill two birds with one stone. You send the
boy.
children. Don't kill any birds unless that's what you really want.
Right.
Give the children to your dad. I assume Jeremiah Senior.
Yeah.
For Father's Day, so he can spend some time with them, and you get the much coveted silence.
There you go. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Have you not had any macaroni Play-Doh gifts from the kids?
No, I did get on my, I think the first Father's Day after my second child, my daughter was born. Oh, it might have been actually just when my son was born. I did get a cup with like footprints and handprints on, which was nice.
Right, not the kids, someone else's. It's quite a large cup.
Funnily enough, wasn't a cup meant for drinking coffee out of because it did crack when I tried to. So,
I guess it hadn't been glazed then.
that was no good. But no macaroni-based gifts yet.
That's a shame.
Well, I mean,
There's still time.
the coffee is good. I'm okay with the coffee.
When do
Stick
macaroni
with the
gifts
coffee.
appear? Is that in preschool or is it in kindy in the first year of school?
I think it is a school time sort of gift because it's an arts and craft kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're just
Well, I guess you're going to find out because both the kids are at preschool now for you. So Saturday,
they will
watch
be
out.
soon. Yeah.
Aren't they both there now?
No, they do like a playgroup.
Oh, a playgroup.
thing,
Well,
but
anyway.
Did
They
you
could
gentlemen
be.
have Father's Days and Mother's Day stalls?
Yeah, at school.
At your primary school?
Yeah,
Not really high school.
Yeah.
Primary
yeah,
school.
maybe. I
They
don't
used
know.
to, but they used to do it. So I'll tell you what happened to me, and then what happens in the school I'm now at.
Right.
When I was in school, it used to be at the Fete. Now the Fete could have been in January, and they would have a Father's Day and a Mother's Day still. And it's like, well, you got to pre-buy, and just keep it locked away in Mum and Dad's cupboard.
Get ahead.
Boy.
Get
Yeah,
ahead of
until
the
then.
game.
Yeah.
But at the school that I'm at now, just before Mother's Day, they had a schedule throughout the day where the kids were to go downstairs to a Mother's Day stall where they could buy a gift for their mum and have it wrapped and stuff and take it home. And some of the gifts were like headphones or like yoga mats or
Yoga
like
mat, that's a good
chocolates. Like they had some interesting gifts there.
Weird, like proper gifts.
Yeah, like gifts that people might actually use.
Oh, okay.
Although I did watch a number of kids buy chocolates and be like, they're definitely for my mum. And the next thing I see a kid eating the chocolate,
Oh,
and I'm
yes.
like, I like the way you play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I had those. I think I bought my mum or my dad a shell magnet. Mum, you know that pink shell magnet that was glittery? Did I get that for Mother's Day or Father's Day? Please respond.
I'll take my answer off the air.
Hey, let her respond.
Oh,
Mum, you're so silly.
yes. No, a lot of magnets.
Yeah.
A lot of small pot plants I did purchase from those sorts of things. Good times.
Actually,
Yeah, great classic
Great.
hits.
Yeah.
you know what I got my dad last... Because I was going to say I couldn't tell you the last gift. You know what I got Dad last year? I'm pretty sure I got him Whitbird. The Robert Drew book.
Oh, yeah.
Send him a copy of that.
Oh, okay.
As you know, John Paul, from listening to all our episodes, the Robert Drew episode that we had.
Yep.
I think I bought him that. Because
Yeah, good.
the issue for it... So, even though this is getting released next week, today is my father's birthday, the bearded man himself. Happy birthday, Dad, Tony.
Oh,
Tuss.
happy birthday.
Tones.
Congratulations, Tones.
Yeah.
Big dog, as they call him.
Yeah.
The big man. Never heard
What
of
is he now?
Old.
Yeah.
Okay.
60 odd.
Yep.
Bloody John Cougar Mellencamp, am I right, Tony? Am I right, mate?
Digital
Yeah.
radio.
That's a reference we can all enjoy.
Well, no, I think we should explain that reference actually because it's quite a good one. Did we talk about that? I don't think
I think we
talked about
told the story. Basically, we were driving back from the airport. Tony asked who the singer was of this particular
it. Of
song.
Jack and Diane,
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah, of Jack and Diane. And I said the answer.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
And then I said, oh, the wonder of digital radio, because he had a digital radio, and it said it on there.
I see.
And he must have thought I don't even know what he
Dad
thought I
sat
said,
there
but-
for about 10 minutes or so. As Dad is wont to do, he usually has the silence before he clicks with what's been said. And so he sat there for about 10 or 15 minutes driving, and then he just goes, digital radio, and starts like pissing himself laughing, like wheezing all over the shop.
He non-stop laughed for the next 24 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
and then every 10 minutes or so, Dad just go digital radio. But
Digital
so that is a
radio.
good one. Yeah, I'm glad you gave him that to him
Yeah,
for his birthday.
yeah.
This gift,
Well
this
done,
week
Tony.
later gift.
Well done, Tony.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last gift I got for Father's Day gift I got for my dad.
No, but the issue is that my dad, it's his birthday now, and then next week is Father's Day, so I have to double up.
Jeez.
I've got to work out what to get.
Yeah, right. Well,
Have your cake and eat
look,
it too.
Jeremiah, mate. Yeah.
I don't know if that helped at all.
Don't think we answered any kind of question.
No.
Go and buy him a bottle of Coopers.
What actually was the question again?
Yeah.
What
Did
can
we
he
answer?
get his dad now that he is an
Get
older
him,
man?
a case of Coopers.
Yeah, Coopers. Coopers is good.
I've heard the session ales are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
And
him a
low alcohol.
Get him a
so-
session ale and tell him it's low alcohol and just watch him get
Get
trashed.
him a new pair of socks.
Yeah.
Or a new
Yeah.
pair of undies. Dads always need new undies. They wear
Undies
through them
are
like
good.
there's no
I
tomorrow.
honestly adore the present of socks and underwear now.
Yeah, now that
Yeah.
they're older.
They're expensive,
Yeah.
especially underwear.
Yeah, and
But
you
I
don't
have very
really
specific
bother
underwear
buying
that I
it.
need
Yeah.
though, so that's why you gotta make the
Yeah,
for
right.
my package.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
For my dad, it's always for his birthday or for Father's Day. It is licorice.
Licorice is
And
always
Turkish delight.
Yeah. Dad
Yeah.
used to like Rocky Road.
Yeah, Rocky
yeah,
Road's
yeah.
for mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's a fan of Maltesers.
Ah.
That's a bit of a that's not left of field enough. I guess growing up in South Africa they didn't have Maltesers, so that makes sense.
Yeah, no, since the...
Used to walk through the snow barefoot,
That's-
not to
that's
get
right,
Maltesers.
yeah. Yeah.
Snow in South Africa.
Yeah, all they had was a well.
Of Maltesers.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get chocolates. In the words of Tim Minchin, socks, jocks, and shocks.
Yep. Coffee. Great
Coffee.
gift idea.
Yeah.
If your dad likes coffee, go for ground or instant. Doesn't matter.
Get him a book. Dads get books. They don't read them, but get them for him.
Yeah.
A picture book. So they don't have to read.
Yeah,
They can just look at the pictures, like a National Geographic or something like
Yeah.
that. It's
Oh,
just
that's
pictures.
a bit wordy. National Geographic.
You don't have to read it, Leon.
Oh,
There's
right.
pictures.
It's like Playboy.
They're
It's
pretty
not for the
pictures.
articles. Wait,
Yeah,
no, it is
that's
for the
right.
articles.
Yeah.
Get your dad a vintage Playboy.
Oh yeah, they're around.
They are.
I mean, yeah. If you go like I in Sydney in the Newtown, I've seen
the
it
Newtown.
in the Newtown, in the Newtown area of the like where all the op shops are and stuff like that. You sometimes walk in and see like
Yeah.
vintage Playboys or vintage Rolling Stones
Maybe
or something like
see
that.
if you can find the Playboy from the week your dad was born.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to really yuck yourself out.
That'd be a really fun
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to connect with your
What a
father
joy.
in a very inappropriate manner.
Yeah.
Dad, on the day you were born, you could see these boobs.
Fascinating articles. in
Or
Playboy.
buy your dad a CD. I will buy my dad CDs sometimes for his birthday.
CDs,
or for
yeah.
Father's Day.
Yeah. Can you
CDs
still
are
buy
good.
CDs, can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
JB Hi-Fi. Digital radio.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there you go.
That, I think, circles it off and ticks it up and crosses the T's and dots the lowercase I's.
Have we found Harold Holt yet? Is that?
Well, you just told us you were, so I think so.
We can
End
now
of podcast.
finish the show
Oh,
forever.
No, but on a political note, I
The
think
curse
that
is finally broken.
he should come out of the sea now.
Yeah. Australia needs him. Things are dire.
Oh,
Yes,
I
to say
literally
that.
don't know
This
what's going
most
on.
recent
Is this
violent
bad
coup.
news? Violent coup. I don't know if it's violent. Did you guys watch the
Looked pretty
live?
rough.
They had a live feed of Parliament House, and by live feed I mean they put a camera at the end of a hallway and were filming that, and it was in like the bottom corner of the screen. I was like, this is thrilling television.
Yeah.
Fucking every time something minor happens, they just have it on 24-hour news. And yeah, it's just
Yeah.
camera shots of the same
Yeah.
shit over and over again. Nothing's happening.
There was actually
Yeah.
a really good part because first of all we were sitting there and like all the politicians come out and it's just straight white men all
Yeah.
walking out,
Yeah.
who are all 100. This guy's like 50 or something with grey hair. I really think we need younger prime ministers, but that's just me. And then there was a great moment where everyone had kind of cleared out of the hallway, and like 10 minutes later, you see a guy like with his cameras just kind of running down the hallway, just shit. Oh god, I missed it.
Oh no.
Yeah, for anyone that's not following politics, this is our what is it like 6th or something
don't
time
even
that someone's
know.
been overthrown in the last like 8 years or
I've
something.
lost
shit.
count. Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's nonsense is
It's
what
a
it
classic
is.
stitch up.
It's a bit crazy.
John Paul, is this your first time in Melbourne?
It is my first time in Melbourne as an independent adult, yes. I have been here as a child,
Once or multiple onces?
just once, I came with my mum and my sister to visit my dad who was here for business or something like that.
That's what he told you?
And he was actually just visiting his second family.
How are they actually?
I've been catching up with them a lot lately.
Yeah, no, they seem good.
That's the Van Scoos.
Yeah, that's right. I have a vivid memory of not being great at reading at the time and mispronouncing raspberry. Or raspberry, sorry. I pronounced it raspberry.
I was going to say, it sounds fine to me.
Yeah. And the waitress laughed at me.
Oh, that's a good way to teach kids to read.
Yeah, if that
sounds like a
waitress,
real-
that waitress is listening, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I will find you. You will rue the day.
I've always found, now you're saying to be a teacher as well, John Paul, I've always found the best way to make a kid feel good in the class about mispronouncing words, just to laugh at them.
Yeah.
Especially when you give them a list of hard words.
Yeah.
It's just a good day for you.
That's not how you say it, you idiot.
You moron. So, have you enjoyed your time in sunny Melbourne?
I have. It's a great place. It's very different to Sydney because, as you have told me many times, you can just really get from like thick concrete jungle to a rainforest within like half an hour. It's very very interesting, this Victoria place.
Yeah, half an hour gets you to country town, then an hour and a half gets you to bloody sequoias.
Yeah, that's right. And let me tell you, those sequoias are trees.
They are trees.
For sure.
They are trees.
Yeah. 100%.
What's your highlight of the trip so far? We've still got the rest of the day. We're going to go to a brewery. Actually.
That's right. The dragon nests in the sequoia forest were quite cool.
Yeah, they're pretty good. People think we're lying about those, but
I was about to ask. Sorry, what did you say?
So in the sequoia forest, I've got pictures from last time. I've got pictures from this time as well. There are these huge stick. They're almost like as if a beaver had made a circular dam.
That's right.
They're massive stick nests.
Right.
And when we went there the first time, we were like, sorry, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, what animal made these?
Yeah.
And I did a quick, I think it's called a Google search for that, and found out that there was an installation where someone had made stick hoops, and hung them from the trees, so they were like more like hanging hoops. And the park rangers did not like this, so they cut them down, but they didn't move them.
What's interesting about that is that somebody doing an art installation generally plans ahead, and I've seen the size of those things. It wouldn't have been a short little let's hang up these little stick things.
Just roll them in, boys.
Yeah, did the
they
Rangers
are
not
the size of a small
say
car.
something before?
So surely the Rangers would have been yeah, you can do that. Wait a second.
As I said, I disagree with myself.
You mean in the sequoia forest?
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I read, but that was it.
Yeah, right.
Very interesting.
So that was your highlight?
It was one of the highlights. I did very much enjoy the Smith Street in Fitzroy, is it?
Yes.
That we went to last night.
That's how you
If
say it.
anybody's in the Melbourne area, highly recommend just walking up and down that street. It's good time.
That's where we always take people.
There's what was it? Evie's Disco Bar we went to
Is that what it was
first.
called?
Yeah, we
Evie's
did.
Disco
Yeah,
Bar?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it was Evie's.
Yeah,
And
something.
disco was somewhere in there.
Disco Cafe and Bar. or
Disco
something.
Cafe
pretty
and
yum,
Bar.
actually.
It
Some
was
burger was
great.
good.
You can get a root beer float, and you can get them to spike it.
Yeah.
JP was the first person to
Yeah.
ever do it, apparently.
Which I think is wild. I asked them to put vodka in my root beer float, which is just... I can't believe nobody's ever asked that before.
I
Probably because
don't
nobody
believe
orders
that.
a root beer float in
The guy
Australia.
looked at me and was like, "How dare you?" Yeah, it's probably that was it's the first time it's inspired. First time anyone's ordered a root beer float.
Yeah, that was probably pretty crazy for... But
that was a good place. And then we took you to... JP is a friend of mine who likes to play video games.
I think they call them casual gamers. I am a casual gamer.
You're a casual gamer.
I'm not a dark
Man, I
Souls
don't want to
guy.
air your dirty laundry on the podcast.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
But so doing Pixar Alley because you got all the arcade games there, so that's good.
Yes, it was a good time. Got to rekindle my love of Time Crisis.
Oh, Time Crisis 2.
Shout out to all the Time Crisis lovers out there.
What?
Hey.
Bit of Daytona. I played Daytona even though I'd had a car accident during the day.
Yeah.
I did get back in the saddle.
And let me tell you, he was just as bad at driving
Yeah.
in Daytona.
Yeah, everyone decided last night to talk shit about my driving. It was a lot of fun for me.
Leon was not
I
expecting
had a good night.
so
It was this
much,
kind of thing where everyone was like, actually, I've had a time in the car where I thought you should have slowed down sooner. And I was like, I've had a time in my car where I was taking you to a thing where you wanted to go where I didn't want to give you that lift.
Yep.
I don't want to be here.
I don't know
I don't
what's
want to do
happened.
it. You guys record the podcast on your own. Good. Well, thanks for coming to Melbourne for my birthday. Thank you for being on the podcast again.
Oh, anytime. It's always good fun to be on
For all the
podcast.
listeners that didn't like the last JP episode, just skip this one. Oh, we should have put that at the beginning. I hope you skip this one.
Go back.
Oh, I mean, I've seen the
this one.
ratings. It
Yeah.
was the most popular episode
It
last
was.
time I was here.
I think
so-
JP was the one that wrote the hate mail. Just two guys in a basement. So as
Was
all-
there hate mail?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Not now. Tim wants to go.
Love it. Sorry.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want you to go. Sorry, I did the other phrasing wrong.
Sorry, yeah, I pronounced that wrong. We want him to go.
Now, this, as I said, this comes out next week, but today is the day before Tim Green leaves for Japan.
Arigato.
Finally getting rid of him for 3 and a bit weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, it should be bloody good, shouldn't it?
Scoping out venues for the Japan tour for Jaeger Day.
Yeah, so that's what I'm specifically there to do.
Yeah.
Doing some solo shows.
A tax write-off, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The solo Jaeger Day sessions.
Yeah, no. People don't know that that's happening yet, but they'll figure it out when I get up and start just start talking.
We're using mainly karaoke bars because they have the microphone provided. Tim will just do Jaeger Day over Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Welcome
Turn
to
the music
Jaeger
down.
Day.
What's the deal?
With aeroplane. Why is Jaeger Day now a Jerry Seinfeld show?
You guys heard of Coopers?
Yeah. So enjoy your trip, mate.
Arigato.
This will be great fun.
I'll have heard so much from you. When this goes up, there will definitely be a link to merchandise with the current logo on it, and hopefully with the new design on it.
Yes.
And just look at our website. I'm going to put a link on the website. I'll post links everywhere else, but I'll put a link on the website. So that's fun.
There's new designs coming out, isn't it?
If you
There's
want to buy
a specific design.
merchandise for your baby,
We have it.
we have a very large amount of products specifically for babies, which, that's good.
I've got babies in my family, and I'm pretty keen to get them a onesie.
Yeah.
I just was alarmed by the amount of different products.
It was just
For
oh,
babies.
I thought no,
There's like
one
3
baby
or
product.
4.
Oh, there's
bibs.
a bib and there's a onesie.
There's other stuff. I swear there's other stuff.
Tim, you can't give a baby a mouse pad. There are flip-flops. There's a mouse pad. There's a dog tag. There's a tote bag, which I specifically asked for our friends.
Ooh,
there's a women's shirt, a men's shirt. There's a kid's tee. There's the onesie. There's the bib. There's
Laptop case.
A laptop case. There's a hoodie with a zip. There's a hoodie without a zip.
Wow.
There's a backpack. There's a school backpack, which is a bit different to that one. There's socks. There's multiple kinds of socks. The socks
Many
are actually quite
different
fun.
socks,
I like the socks a lot.
Long socks, short socks, black socks,
White socks.
Just the 2 colours.
Red fish, blue fish. I think that's it. But yeah, so that it actually currently exists with the current Jaeger Day logo. And we've got, as JP was just questioning, we have a friend of ours designing another logo so that you'll have 2 options.
Wow.
That's twice as many options as you currently have.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, on that note, as always, thanks to Teylor Smirl for our wonderful cover art that now exists on merchandise.
Yes. And Curtis Fernance, whose music is just too good to be able to put into visual format
Can't
to
sell
put
it.
on to our merchandise. So you'll just have to keep listening to our show each week to listen to the introduction, outtroduction, and other music that he puts in.
Or you go to his website and hear his other music.
I mean, you could.
He did a cracking cover of All the Things You Said by Tattoo yesterday.
Yes, he's a talented young boy.
Love that song.
What a champ.
You would like him.
Yeah.
You know Curtis. You've met Curtis, haven't you? You'd like him. Is what your mum would say.
He liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to his party when you were 2 years old.
See, like, the terrifying thing is, right now, I'm actually panicking, thinking, have I met Curtis?
Oh my God,
are we
oh
being
my God.
serious?
No, you
I'm
haven't met Curtis.
really bad at remembering who I've met and who I haven't met.
Even I've only seen Curtis like once in my life.
Yeah.
Have I met Tim?
No, you don't know Tim.
Right, yeah.
That's that. Go to Patreon because we will at this point we'll have released our movie commentary for Crocodile Hunter Collision Course, the movie.
And what a collision course it was.
It was a movie that we viewed with our eyes.
Wow.
Your kids might like it. Teddy would probably like it.
What's
Oh no,
it-
I said his name.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What's it
Get it
about?
out. Get it out. It's
Well,
Crocodile
that's an
Hunter.
interesting question. I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I couldn't tell you.
There are
after watching
many storylines that are conflicting that then converge.
it. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like a documentary about...
It has
Steve
moments of
Irwin.
As you're
documentary.
watching this movie, you're going to think there are way too many storylines for them to possibly tie up, and you'll get to the end of this movie and think, I was right.
Oh, they just didn't bother tying them up. Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, I was correct about that.
so
Yeah,
we
there you
did.
go.
We've got that commentary. So remember, Patreon, $5 or $1 will get you where you need to go, and it's pretty sick. I think that's probably everything.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
John Paul, anything you want? You've got so John Paul, as with all, I guess you now have a minute to talk on your own, uninterrupted by Tim and I. So away you go.
Yeah.
Tell us about the time you met Curtis.
Yeah. This Curtis guy.
But yeah, so thanks for being on. John Paul.
Oh.
For turning up.
Cheers, mate.
No, I wasn't thinking Tim. I don't give a shit about it.
Oh, that was,
He's
it
leaving
was
me.
Truly a pleasure.
Anyone wants to hang out over the next couple of weekends? I've got nothing on.
Yeah.
Tim's not here.
Fucking living it up.
Living up in
La
Japan.
vida loca, as the Japanese locals say.
Yes.
Ricky Martin, their favourite.
Yeah.
Good. As not always, but sometimes. Yeah, g'day, John Paul.
Yeah. Yep. G'day.
That went off very well.
I've always
Yeah,
heard
g'day, Curtis.
I've always heard that a dry run is the best run.
We didn't discuss this before. That was
we'll cut this out, obviously in post. But
Yeah.
John Paul, when we say yeah g'day to you with your name, your response is yeah g'day
Yes,
to us
hello.
with our name. Yes,
No,
hello.
okay.
Wait, is it how? Because we do. There's three of us.
Yeah.
So who's saying yeah g'day to who?
Well, I was going to say yeah g'day to John Paul, and then I've got to say yeah g'day to you. Then you've got to say yeah g'day to John Paul, and then you've got to say yeah to me.
This is a very similar outro to my rival podcast, No Goodbye. This is,
That's actually a good idea for a rival podcast.
yeah.
Let's give it a go.
And then I've got to say yeah to everyone, and then you do the ending,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
John Paul does another ending.
Now, see, I think you should leave this in because this is gold.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was a joke that I would cut it out. The people are enjoying this.
But we'll cut this bit out.
Yeah, but we'll cut
It's
that.
also a joke about us leaving it in.
They are in stitches right now.
Oh, I'm going to cut the entire up now. As always, but not always. Sometimes, yeah. G'day, John Paul.
Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Fuck it. Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, John Paul.
Yeah, g'day, Leon. I thought we could pass it around.
It worked out. Everyone said yeah, g'day to everyone.
What you've essentially done is if someone is with a friend and they walk up to you and they say, hello, John Paul, you look at their friend and say, hello, Karen.
And now we go round.
Oh, we have fun here. No, we'll cut this.
Rules.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. No, don't say anything to that one.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catches on the flippity flop.
Yes.
I'm out. It's out of here.
Yeah.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.